Yeah, and keep the Great Tree Fruit for if we ever get a ×3, or if we just get close enough to the end of the playthrough that I end up using it anyway. Level 55 on the weapon shop. I don't know, we might just go ahead and try and buy new weapons now. Then your insect, we have so many bees nests. The amount of bees nests we have can get it to 55. Wow, one off, that's funny. And then these are worth 250 and we have almost 20 of them. So I think I'm, like, I mean, worst case scenario is that a ×3 bug thing comes up, like, next, but I'm okay with taking that risk. I think we already have Gothic stuff. Or no, we have Mithril stuff, which is, like, 1 level below Gothic. So probably if I want to buy armor, actually, in fact, maybe for weapons, too, I might want to get them to level 60 before making more purchases. And then if we make purchases at 60, at that point, we probably don't buy stuff until, like, the post-game where we level them up as much as we can by just dumping everything into it. Kind of feeling like that's the way to go about it. I do have Lilium Orb stuff to do. Everyone is 40. Why is Leia 47? What is Leia doing that is leveling her up more than the others? I don't understand how that happened, but everyone else is 45, which I think is about the level we should be right now. I think we're still probably, like, a level or two ahead from what we typically should be, but again, it's fine. Let's get Phoenix Plunge, because it got us that SP. It's going to get us some HP, Vitality, and Attack on Jude, which is good. Not to be confused with Attack on Titan. And then we'll just give him this TP to unlock whatever that is. Mirage Step, sure. What does that do? AC not not consumed while quick-stepping. Actually sounds really good for Jude. I don't know how often his AI is quick-stepping, but they should be doing it a lot, because that's Jude's thing. Definitely want to get that SP there, but I saw the opportunity to expand the Lilium Orb and figured I'd take it. Is this the stat up thing? Yeah, it's all the level 2 stat ups. And this should be level 3 agility. Yeah, SP over here. We let him fall behind on agility and vitality a little bit, so this is where all of Jude's points are about to go, is filling out, like, this area in general while grabbing SP. Alvin. Let's do this. Good stats for you. Bum, 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 bum. Expansion. And you have not opened your... I spread you out a lot more. You almost filled out your entire opening thing. Oh, I should get you homing shot. Demon Inferno, that sounds fun. Alvin is a smidge behind on expansion level stuff. But once I use all this GP, he'll be really close. Yeah, he just needs to get 2 more outer rings, and he mostly only has outer ring things to get because I accidentally did him so even. I didn't mean to do that, but it kind of happened. Let's grab that SP right there. And then we'll go ahead and get Limit Fever. Not bad. And then next we'll get this SP, TP, Vitality, and this SP. Cross Cleave we also want, so we might actually, like, grab all of these next, actually. And then get that SP over there afterwards. Elise has got 12. Give you Tipo Vacuum and Extend. Your Intelligence and Strength section right there has fallen behind a bit. Might want to do that. And these are all your stats? Yeah, these are all your stat bonuses. I know that Strength isn't great for you, but there are 2 SP blocks here, so I'm just going to grab these 2 Strengths. We'd probably end up getting them at some point in the playthrough anyway. Just so we can go ahead and grab those. And then, honestly, we just want to, like, up your Intelligence and Psych. I feel like. Really buff up your stats. Give. Just gonna keep going along the edge like this. There we go. So we can get this Dex. There's a bit of SP there to grab. And then we'll close that in to get that Psych 3, grab this Intelligence 2, as well as Limit Fever, which will be good for you. And then we'll be really close to being able to expand her orb again. Stamina 2 and Auto Medicine could actually be really good for her too. Alright, good stuff. Well, let's go talk to my boy Gaius and see what's crack-a-lackin'.
You've come.
So in the end, you've chosen to trust that man. You're more naive than I thought, Maxwell.
Tell us what your purpose is for bringing us here.
We will stand and fight against those invaders. If you intend to challenge them yourselves, we won't attempt to stop you.
But first, there's something you need to tell us. I want you to tell us what you know about the Schism.
What's that?
Two millennia ago, I cast the spirit art, Schism. It created a new world and sealed it away. That world is yours. It is known as Rieze Maxia.
Did Milla just say that she created the entire world? Wow! She's like a goddess or something!
It was for protecting spirits and humans.
Rieze Maxia is sealed. That implies the existence of another world outside the Schism, does it not?
Yes. And that world is called Olympius. I was gravely mistaken about the Lance of Kresnik's true purpose. Exodus convinced Noctigal that it was a weapon, but all along they were plotting to create a device that would dispel the Schism.
Dispel the Schism? To what end?
I do not know. I wonder if perhaps they were looking for a means to siphon mana back to Olympius.
No. All Exodus ever wanted was to go home. Back home to Olympius. It's all we've wanted for more than 20 years since we became trapped in Rieze Maxia. We needed to find a way to either break through the Schism or dispel it completely.
But in order to dispel the Schism, they would have to find a way to eliminate its creator.
I see. So that's why Exodus kept trying to kill you.
It doesn't add up. What is Gillen's master plan?
I'm confused. I still don't understand.
Gillen's actions are not going to get Exodus home any faster.
He didn't need to bring the whole Olympian army. In unifying Rieze Maxia, that was never our original intention. Gillen must intend to make use of Rieze Maxia with the Schism intact, but for what purpose? That's it. The Otherworld reactor plan.
What?
Huh? The hell's that?
Most folks knew it as the Spirit Fuel plan.
That sounds bad.
I remember my cousin telling me about it when I was still a kid back on the other side. Something about capturing spirits and using them as fuel for Spyrexes.
So you're saying Gillen's ultimate goal is to corral all the spirits?
But that doesn't make sense either. If all he wants is spirits, then why bother with the lies? Unless he's planning on trapping us in Rieze Maxia for our mana lobes.
He seeks to use the people of Rieze Maxia as a power source? The man is insane.
Gillen most likely returned to Exodus HQ on the ocean. The Olympian army is with him, so getting there by boat won't be easy. Well then, perhaps we can commandeer one of the flying ships they have, docked at Cambalar.
Oh yeah, right. Because that sounds easy.
It may indeed be our only option.
Very well. We attack tomorrow.
Wait a minute, Gaius. Aren't we gonna team up on this? I mean, we both want the same thing, so...
It's not a social gathering.
Just how stupid are you anyway?
It was Maxwell who created the Schism, and trapped us all inside of it in the first place. Imprisonment is not so easily forgiven. It's entirely possible we may end up fighting each other again.
I'm sure you can understand why we're not ready to get all buddy-buddy with you.
Like I said, do what you want. Just make sure to stay out of our way.
Can you believe it? The nerve of those guys!
They must be short-handed. Why else would they share that kind of information with us?
Despite what they said, I still believe that they are counting on all of us.
For now, at least.
Party members have changed. Everyone's out of the party? Yeah, it's just me.
Perhaps this is the opportunity to speak to Wingle that I've been waiting for.
Okay, I think we do actually have subquests, and at least one of them is missable. Yes, there are 2 subquests that have become available right now. One of them isn't missable. It's actually the Wingle one that Rowan is talking about, but then we have another... one that we can do that is super missable. Let's get some sleep. We just need to make sure we do it before we rest, according to my spreadsheet. I'm so tired, so much has happened. Gaius and his Chimeri whatever think they're such hot stuff. Come tomorrow, we'll wipe the smirks off their faces. Yeah, them saying like they must be short-handed? Yeah, they're down a Zhao. That's super short-handed. Zhao's probably the strongest of the Chimeriad, other than maybe Wingle would be my guess. I'll go alone if I have to. It may take a little time for me to process this information. It just may, brother. It just may. So I think what we want to do... Do I talk to you to rest? There are 2 rooms on the 2nd floor. Lord Wingle invites you to use them as you see fit. Okay, so I just go upstairs to rest. Fancy looking thing here, by the way. This is actually relevant to a late game subquest later. We need to step outside, I think, for this missable subquest. Yeah, we just have to talk to Pressa and Agria here.
My neck is killing me.
Did you sleep on it wrong?
No, it's been this way since I was swept into the Fezabel marsh flow.
I have a poultice you can use, although it was intended for lower back pain.
Jude, it's pretty faint, but I think there's a footprint on your face.
Huh. I did have a dream that Agria was repeatedly stomping my head.
From the size and shape of that footprint, it would seem that dream was no dream at all.
What is wrong with her? Why would she do that?
Maybe she was trying to apologize, saying we got off on the wrong foot?
Oh dear. I'm going to chalk this one up to a concussion.
You don't know how close you just came to getting another boot in your face.
Jude. Talk about how Alvin's age makes no sense with his backstory. Alvin's age doesn't make sense with the backstory because I think he's like 23 and he talks about having done stuff as a kid before ending up in Rieze Maxia. I think that the devs just made a small error in either Alvin's age. He should actually be like, because I don't remember his official age. I think he's supposed to be like 22 or 23, which means when he got trapped in Rieze Maxia, he would have been like 3 years old. But I think Alvin is supposed to be like 26 or something, because then he would have been like 5 or 6 years old. Oh no, Alvin is 25? No, I think it works out fine then. In like an anime world where like Jude is 15 doing all the stuff he does, being like basically being a doctor nearly and etc, etc. But when Alvin talks about doing stuff as a child and all, if he's been in Rieze Maxia for 20 years, he would have spent 5 years in Olympios. And, you know, they say 20 years, but if you really want to be specific, I bet you could fudge the numbers a bit and be like, oh, well, actually, it's been like 19 years and like 3 months or something. And Alvin was like 5 years old and like 5 years and 8 months old or whatever, so it was like closer to like 6 years in Olympios or what, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Skip.
I'm sorry for getting you tangled up in this war.
Not at all. I welcome the opportunity.
She relishes battle.
As a spirit, I can never forgive those who use Spyrex.
It is good to have your strength on our side. You have my gratitude.
Your gratitude? As a big sister, what choice do I have but to keep my little sister out of trouble?
A bit condescending, aren't we?
Ah, isn't it wonderful to have a family?
Is that what we are?
It would seem so.
Muse and Milla, I love their little, like, sister banter.
What do you want?
It's about Zhao.
He's dead. Did you think he somehow survived that?
Know what I heard? I heard he died protecting a spoiled little brat and her stuffed dolly. A fitting end for a foolish old man. How could you? Don't you talk that way about him! You got a problem with me saying the truth?
That's enough, Agria.
It's not even close to enough. The lives of the Chimeriad belong to His Highness. But that old fool threw his away for some sniveling brat.
That's true, but his sacrifice did give His Highness a chance to escape.
He was an idiot right until the end. Always giving me candy when he saw me, like I was some sort of little kid.
You basically are. Agria also, like, continues to be my least favorite Xillia character. How dare you disrespect my boy Zhao?
He just needs to die already.
He's dead.
He did. With Zhao gone, the offensive might of the Chimeriad has diminished sharply.
Bah! I'm all the offensive we need.
You are definitely the weakest of the four.
That goes for you too, Grandma. No one will miss you when you kick off.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Just you watch. I'll protect His Highness all by myself.
I'm getting a headache. How am I supposed to relieve this stress when there's no one left to talk to or have a drink with?
So, that's it? We're never gonna see Zhao again.
I'm about to cry in the club, man. Why'd you have to say that, Tipo?
Wingle, there's something I would like to ask you. Am I correct in my understanding that you led Ajul's armies at Fezabel Marsh? Using boosters to move through the marsh was a brilliant strategy.
Are you mocking me? That strategy played right into Gillen's hands.
You aren't the only one who failed to see through Gillen's facade. I share the same shame.
I didn't realize someone who turned his back on his duty had any honor left to lose. Is that what you're doing here? Some sad attempt to return to the battlefield and erase your shame?
How can you say that? Don't you make fun of Rowan? He's a great guy for someone who's so old.
You were a skilled tactician in your prime, I grant you that. But how much of that skill remains today? Former Chief of Staff Ilbert. Care to play a game?
A game, you say?
A mock battle, using a real military map. But of course I would understand if you were reluctant to see how time has ravaged your talents.
You don't need to buy into this.
I accept.
This board lets us control data from historic battles and see different ways they might play out.
And what battle is this data from?
20 years ago, on the Fezabel Outback.
The Battle of Fezabel.
The struggle between the armies of Rashagal and the former king of Ajul.
Correct. It was a tragic battle in which both armies suffered heavy casualties from a giant tsunami. It was Ilbert the Conductor's one and only draw.
And you wish to recreate that battle now?
This is no recreation. If I had led Ajul into battle, we would have won. That is what I will prove here today. Formation Ichthyes. All troops advance.
The core of the Rashigal army is being pushed back.
Left and right troops spread out to the wings. Surround the enemy's vanguard.
It's no good. The Vanguard is unstoppable. What is this power?
That's Gaius' unit. Their first time in battle. You won't surround them so easily.
Yo, what the heck? Wingle is cheating. You can't just have a Gaius. That's game over, man.
Both wings advance. Circle to the enemy's flank.
Planning to launch a counterattack from my flank? Such a boring and predictable response. I'll simply attack while your troops are changing course. This battle will be won before the tsunami hits.
The enemy is turning faster than Rashigal.
Look out!
All troops maintain forward movement. Your goal is the high ground behind the Azul army.
What?
Rashigal's army is assembling on the hill.
It's over. It is impossible to defeat a defending army on high ground in so short a time. Soon the tsunami will come and engulf the plains. You will have no choice but to retreat.
And this is what you call a victory?
I am satisfied simply not to lose.
I see. Thank you for the match, Conductor. We will settle this in a different way.
Sore loser!
You did great, Rowan.
It's because I failed in the past. If only I had used this strategy back then.
I think it's great you learned from your mistake. You're still growing, even at your age.
Indeed. And I still have a great deal more growing to do. I may even grow out of these clothes one day.
I don't think you're gonna be doing that kind of growing, Rowan. Just a feeling I got. Alright, so that's all we have to worry about for subquests right now until after we do the next bit of the story. 3 times on monster stuff, and it's on weapons! Yo! I can almost get it to level 60. So here's the thing, though. Do I do that, or do I do this? This gets it up to 49. It's almost caught up. I'm kind of, like, fine with the accessories I have is the thing. I care more about better weapons and armor. So I am just gonna do this. The water harpoon, huh? Do. We can easily get that to level 60 in the future. Now. Alright then. Do we just go rest now? I guess we just go rest now. I think we're good. Because I still don't want to buy... We have over 100,000 gold. That's nice. I don't want to buy weapons right now. We'll want to buy... Oh, wait. I should restock on food stuff from the food vendor. Bum. Give me... We've already got one of those. This is pretty cheap, honestly. Experience in gold by 30% for 8 battles is pretty good.